Okay, guys, so this is a little bit of a long video, but in this video, if you will listen, he talks about sound, how they can produce sound also that can pretty much like stop your body, like make you stop functioning and walking or running, whatever. And I've talked about frequencies a lot. He talks about what he thinks, based on the document of the coronavirus, what it is for. He does believe in a little different than a lot of other people. This is the sixth part. If you want to go to his channel, it's Friends of David Goldberg, or you can type in David Goldberg and it'll get you there. I did want to do all the six parts on my channel, but I didn't because I was one of the people that on my other channel, I put out that recording when it first came out on there of the real shocking recording that came out at first. And a lot of other people started doing it, so I didn't want to start doing it as well. But this one is real important. It's a little long. Just please hang in there with me as we go down this journey.
Everyone, it's Tom. This is part 6. I sent the Friends of David Goldberg a blog post that I wanted them to publish, but then I told them not to publish it because it contains some information that is highly sensitive in nature, and I'm a little bit worried if that gets published, we could have a problem. So I told them to hold back on that, and I'm thinking of a way to get that out without causing problems. So just keep an eye on that. I recommend everybody go to the blog and read it and get up to speed. I've seen some comments from people, and they're not reading, they're not paying any attention, they don't read, and then they comment and they want to jump to conclusions. So they listen to a video, they listen to 5 minutes of it, and then they start leaving a comment, and they're like, well, what about this, and what about this, and this, and this, and this, and it's like, all you got to do is listen, or go to the blog, or send me an email. It's all right in front of your eyes. You have a brain, you've got 2 eyes in your head. Look forward, scroll down, open up the description of the video, and read it before you open your mouth and run off with your mouth in a comment where you don't know what you're talking about. Because I got people leaving comments and they're like, well, Tom, it can't happen, and they don't have that technology. And what if the drone that flies into your house burns the drapes? I saw a comment like that, because we've talked about the drones and Project Zypher, what they're going to do. The drone goes up to your house at night, it drills a hole into the window, it flies in, it shoots a pump of scopolamine into your face and some other compounds, put you in a hypnotized state, so they can take you out of your home and take you down out of your home into the van waiting for you outside at night and drive you to the underground base. What is hard to understand about that? Of course they got the technology for it. They had that technology probably 10, 20 years ago. But we got people leaving comments and they come up with these cockamamie reasons why it's not possible. Well, Tom, what if the drone burns the drapes when it drills the hole? Or somebody said, there's no way that they could put a drill bit like that on a drone. And this person never considered they might have used laser technology. There's other ways of drilling a hole in a window. And then someone said, well, where's the glass going to go when it falls down after it drills the hole? Do you think that they don't have the technology or contingencies for all these things? Of course they do. Of course they do. You think drapes and a piece of glass falling on the floor is going to stop what they want to do to you? What that is denial. These people are in denial. They hear this information, they know in their hearts it's probably true, but they don't want to believe it, so they start coming up with reasons why it can't happen. Well, Tom, that can't happen. Well, they just don't have technology for it. Yeah, they do. They do. In fact, this isn't that hard for them. They're not worried about your guns. They're not worried about what you're going to do because they can neutralize you. Whether it's a drone, whether it is sound-induced disabling technology they've got, whether it's a virus that they could just drop on your house and infect your family with. It might not kill you, but it might have other other effects on you mentally. Electronic warfare. They can fly a black helicopter over your house and they can do a x-ray of your entire home. They know where you are. They can read your signature, your body signature. They do things like this. And now they got the satellite technology. We've heard about Elon Musk. He's putting all these satellites up there. Do you think that's all just for Tesla or whatever the heck he's doing? No. There's a lot of military stuff going up into space where they are getting the technology where they can track you with the satellite from space everywhere. But some of these nano devices I've talked about, that they talk about in the documents, they're not very effective. I mean, they don't work when you're inside. They don't work when you're in a car, and they have problems in the body. They'll break down. They'll stop working. This is something they've been working on for a long time, and they said we've got to get people microchipped. If we get them microchipped, we can use the satellite technology. So the microchipping is very important to them. The microchipping is the next step. And what we see right now with the coronavirus, what's going on with this, it's absolutely wild. Now, there are a couple posts on the blog you should read about this. My military source told me 2 weeks ago everything that's happening right now. Everything he said is actually turned out to be true. If you go read that post, which was 2 weeks ago, everything he says has turned out to be true about what we know about this thing. But there's another element to it. I believe that what they're doing with the virus, long term, it's going to be used as a way of limiting travel. And we're going to start to see that play out. It's playing out slow. It's not quite getting here yet, but it's only been a couple of weeks. You got to remember that. I've seen some naysayers online, and they say, wow, it's a hoax, or it's not really happening the way we thought. This just started, and it's moving at a rapid pace. I think in the next couple of months, it is going to have a real impact. You're going to see more and more people getting sick from this. Now, a lot of people have said, and I said this in my last video, a lot of people get the flu virus, and that kills a lot of people. That is absolutely true. The flu is very, very deadly. And here we have the coronavirus. It's killed 500 people. The flu kills 30,000, examples of that. But you got to remember something. This virus is just starting to spread. The flu is spread throughout the population over and over and over again. Billions of people over and over again. This they don't know how to treat. This has a higher R0 number, so it's moving much faster, much more communicable. It has a longer period where it's dormant but contagious, which is different. There's a lot of scary things about this that look real. There's people out there that say it's a hoax, but this looks real to me. And based on what my military insider and source said, it is real. It is affecting people. It is dangerous. You do not want to get this thing. You'd probably rather have the flu than get this. 100%. Your body hasn't developed any immunity to it. It has exotic properties where it's affecting people's respiratory system, their kidneys. You might be a healthy person and be all right. But it looks dangerous, so it is happening. This is real. It's not a hoax. It looks like a bioweapon. Almost without any doubt, it is some kind of biologically designed virus. So it looks like it is going to continue to spread. It might not kill everybody on the planet, but it could start to impact the world slowly over time, and it may get worse and worse. If this thing continues to mutate the way they are saying it is, they're saying it can reinfect somebody who just had it. So we're going to see how it plays out. I'm very concerned, but we're in the early stages of it. So you can't make a judgment just yet. If a month or 2 months from now it hadn't changed much, then we might have got through the worst of it, but we still need a little more time to see what happens with this. It also ties in with what David talked about, what the documents talked about. It says clearly viruses will be used, targeted viruses. This could be the beginning of that. So that's what's going on. It's a big concern. And people are asking me in emails about the travel restrictions. Yeah, I mean, I think it is a concern. I'm worried about our passports being revoked. It hadn't happened yet, but I'm worried about it. And if you're still in the U.S., it is a concern. We could see that happen. They're either going to start targeting patriots and coming up with reasons to revoke or not renew your passport, or the coronavirus could play out to where they're going to just totally restrict travel if it gets worse in the next couple of months. So we'll see. What can you do about it? Well, I put together a blog post. It hadn't been posted yet, and part of it talks about what you can do in the United States to save yourself if you can't get out. Because I want to give people hope. Got a lot of people saying, oh, it's all doom and gloom, Tom, we can't get out. What about the people who can't get out? Well, I gave you the pathway to do that, and I'm grateful that some people followed that, and they found that way, and I've talked to a few of them, and they're going to be all right. But not everybody followed that. The gift that David gave me that I've talked about, I can't just talk about it. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. I'm not going to blab about it anymore. I've said enough. You can go through the videos. You can find the answer. It is still there, but I'm not going to get into it. And for those people who are still stuck in the United States, aren't going to be able to get out financially, I am preparing a blog. I told them not to post it yet. That is going to give you advice on that. And for all the people that prepped, all the people that bugged out, are you ready? Well, the problem is they know what you're doing because you bought all those things with your credit card, with your bank account, with your address. They know where you are. They know who you are. They know you have provisions. That was the dumbest thing you could do, to prep while using your bank account, while using your credit card to buy these things off Amazon or any website where you bought this stuff. Now they know. So you might have prepped, you might have a bug out bag, you might have a bug out location, but guess what? Because of TTID and because of Project Pogo, they know where you are, and they know that you prepped. And yes, you will be targeted by Project Zypher. So that's a huge problem in the prepper community right now, because none of these disinfo idiots gave the advice that I've been given, which is you got to take steps not to be seen when you're doing this online or making purchases. So you need to go read the blog post where I talk about the bank seizures and how to prepare and how to protect your online security. It's right there. If you did not read that, you are not prepared. You will not make it, period. You've got to read that. It's right there on the blog. Go look at it and read it. That's going to give you some insight on the steps you need to take to save yourself if you stay in the United States. If you stay there. Because you got to buy bug out things. You got to have a bug out property. You got to have provisions, but you cannot make those purchases with your credit card on your computer that's unsecured with a bank account to an address that they're going to track and see. You got to do it offline, or you got to do it on your computer that is secure. And you cannot do it with funds that they can track back to you. I don't know how more clear I can be. 99% of people that prepped and got a bug-out bag and got off the grid bought all of that with their credit card or debit card and sent it to their address. Game over for those people, because now they're tracked and now they know where you are and what you're doing, and you will be targeted. All they got to do is send a drone out to your house, and they can do whatever they want. They can kill you, they can hypnotize you, can put you into a sleep state where they can come into your house. Not everybody's susceptible to hypnotism or these compounds that they use, or scopolamine. It helps, it works on those people, but not everybody works on. They've identified those people based on their data and their ability to profile you, so the 10 or 20% that aren't going to be as susceptible to that, they're going to send a drone out there, and they're going to send a team out there in a van to come to you at night to put you asleep and physically take you out of your house. Now, are they going to do that to 12 or 15 million Americans? No. They're going to do it to about 500,000 to a million of the high-level individuals, high-level targets on the list that they know are going to be a problem. The people who've prepped, the people off the grid, the people who are informed, they're going to take those people out physically. There's going to be a real operation to go get those people. And for the 12 to 15 million other Americans, they're going to use drones, and they're going to get you into a hypnotized state using scopolamine and other compounds that they have, and electronic warfare. These drones are equipped with electronics that can induce a hypnotic state, or put you in an altered state to where you're going to walk out of your house into a waiting bus, a white UN bus. Now, it probably won't say UN on the side, but it is going to be a United Nations type vehicle that you're going to get into, and you're going to get in there with your family, and they're going to drive you to the underground bases. And people think that can't happen. It can, it will happen. World War I happened. World War II happened. Vietnam happened. A lot of mass killing has happened. It's happened in the Middle East with these wars. They've killed millions of people over there. But you are suffering from cognitive dissonance and normalcy bias, where you believe, well, it just can't happen here. This is the plan. When is it going to happen? I say 2021, 2025. That's why all the videos are titled that way. That is the timeline. Could it happen in 2022? Sure it could. How much time do we really have? Well, they got to get Trump reelected, and they've got to play out this plan where they can get the Patriots to go along with it, because Trump said so. Now, I talked about that in the last video. Trump's going to get the Patriots to move along with the plans. That's part of why he's there. So when the microchipping happens, and coronavirus and travel restrictions and economic collapse happens, Trump's in there to get the Republicans and the Patriots on board. Because the Democrats are going to do it. That's easy. They'll take the microchip. They don't care. The real resistance lies in the conservatives in the United States. They've got to have a guy like Trump in there who can walk into the street and shoot somebody, and people will still follow him. Donald Trump is simply controlled by the Zionists. They've got him eating out of their hand because, for whatever reason, we don't fully know why. It could be they have videotapes of him raping a girl. They could have blackmail on him. Whatever. They bailed him out from all of his bankruptcies. They created him. they can use him. Now, Donald Trump seems to be the type of guy that his primary concern is he liked by his base? Can he create a buzz about himself that creates a cult of personality around himself? But he has shown that he is willing to do stupid things and betray the country with respect to 5G, vaccines, all the shenanigans in the Middle East, all the stuff he's doing for Israel. He will do what he's told when they want him to do it. But everything else he does is designed to build credibility. Because they know he's smartened up. They can't put another Bush guy in there. They had to get somebody in there who's got some credibility, who's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist himself. He is the perfect Pied Piper for the moment. The QAnon thing is your cue to let you know. CUE to let you know you're being psyoped. Because if we know the Q is a psyop, which we know, that tells you the whole thing is bogus with Trump. Now, if Q were real, then we could believe in something. I would totally be on board with that. I would say, okay, they're fighting the deep state. Q's trying to tell us about it. That would be great. We wish that was all true, but it turns out it's not. It's all BS. And Donald Trump's not really doing anything to drain the swamp. What he's doing is he's fighting for himself. He does go after the people who wronged him, or Democrats, or some of this stuff with Obama spying on him. He's very upset about that, but it only concerns him personally. You might argue, okay, some of the bad people in the FBI spied on Trump, and now he's mad at them. That's fine, but that's not the whole of it. All that is whatever concerns him personally. He's not concerned with actually draining the swamp. You got to remember that there was a company called Cambridge Analytica that came out and they did a bunch of analysis on data, and they said, Donald Trump, listen to us. The people like the term, the phrase, drain the swamp. They came to him, they said they liked that phrase. We did the polls, we did the focus groups, they liked the phrase, drain the swamp. Donald Trump didn't like it. Donald Trump said, I don't like that, I'm not going to use that. Because he doesn't care, he didn't like it, he doesn't care about draining the swamp. The only reason he started to use it is because they told him, this is popular with your base. So he made the calculation, okay, popularity matters to me, let's keep using it. And then think about Hillary. He made it a centerpiece of his campaign in 2016 to get Hillary. And just days after he was elected, he had a rally, and he said, oh, we're not serious about that, we're not going to lock her up, I was just kidding about that, we're not going to do that, don't say that. I don't know if you can find that video, but it happened. He went to a rally and he dismissed the whole lock her up thing. Oh, we don't want to do that. What does that tell you? He's either a puppet, he's not sincere, he's controlled, but he's totally phony. Now, he's talked about locking her up again in the past year or two. He tweets about it, he says lock her up, because his base loves it. His base loves it, so he uses it. But he has absolutely no intention of locking the Clintons up or investigating them or doing anything. He just uses it as red meat for his base. And they love it. But it's window dressing. There's no meat to it. He's not going to do anything about it. He's not making the fundamental changes that needed to happen to save the country. You had to become president, declare martial law, bring in the Marines, shut down the government, arrest everybody in the IRS, FBI, CIA, NSA, lock them up, put them in Guantanamo, put them in military camps, put them on trial. Shut it all down, every bit of it. Suspend the Fed. Bring in Ron Paul and make him vice president or something. You had to take the right action. He did not. All he did is talk about draining the swamp and fighting the deep state and QAnon. It's all talk. All he does is tweet and talk, and all he cares about is being liked by his base, his own popularity, and throwing red meat to his base that he knows they like to hear. And he's very concerned about himself. Who went after me? Who wasn't loyal to me? Obama spied on me. The FBI did this to me. The Democrats did this to me during the impeachment. I mean, this is all he cares about. Now, it may be true some of those people are part of the deep state, but that's secondary to his concerns. He's only concerned about the deep state in the context of, are they after me or doing something to me? So you have to look at it that way. When he tweets about it or he talks about deep state, he's only talking about in the context of, hey, those people came after me, I don't like them. There's no intention of changing Washington or doing anything like that. And he appointed all these judges, and they're all Freemasons. So I've gone on a big rant. I've gone on and on here. I hope this makes sense. I'm concerned about my family. We don't know how much longer we're going to keep doing this. We do have a community project we're trying to put together. It's hard to do because online because I have to drive really far to upload these videos, send them to friends of David Goldberg. I don't have any internet access where I'm at. We don't have any cell phones where we're at. But we are moving forward on that. If you want to be a part of it, I really just recommend emailing me. Even if I don't email back, at least I've got your email. So that if I can get a blog up or a website up in the next few months, then I can email you back and say, here's the blog we put up, go there so we can arrange things and help you out. So just get the email to me. Even if I don't respond, at least I've got your email. And I know you're interested, and I know you want to know more. And when I get a blog up, then I can help you out with that. I can get you the information you need. Because I am moving forward on the community project. I found a piece of land I like. We want to put some tiny houses on it. We're working on it. So, really, best thing, email me. Outside of that, we are concerned about the threats. I don't know how much more I'm going to do with this. The channel may not be around much longer. I've got people that leave comments. I see some of these comments sometimes, though. Well, is the channel still up? Well, there's a lot of channels still up. Well, why was Adam Green still up? We don't know the reasons. We've had threats. I don't know. I don't know. I hope that it's not part of some TTID thing where they're trying to track people. I hope that's not the case. If it is, you got to make a decision for yourself. Maybe don't watch them. Don't participate in them. I think that once you're watching the video, they already know who you are because you've already watched other material like it. It doesn't matter. I mean, once they know, they know. You want to take the steps to protect your online privacy, go to the blog I put up, and that's going to help you with that so that you can watch videos and feel safe doing it from a device that's secure. So that's about it. There's more. I'm going to end it right now. I wanted to give you an update. This is what's going on. I'm scared to death for my family up north. They had an opportunity to join us down here years ago. They had an opportunity to be a part of what David, the blessing that David gave us, and they refused it out of arrogance. And they said, well, Trump's taking care of things. We don't want to go anywhere. And now they regret it, and they're a little bitter and jealous, too, of what happened with us and how well we did. and it's sad. I'm trying to help them out, but that window's starting to close for them. Really sad. That's it. I'm going to cut this off now. Leave your comments. And like I said, friends of David Goldberg have a disclaimer up, too, about this. If you want to leave stupid, threatening comments and you want to be nasty and evil and weird.
Okay, so I know there is a lot of Trump supporters out there. This guy is just telling you everything he has seen in documents, military documents, White House documents, things that he has seen regarding Project Pogo and Project Zafir. He's letting you know all kinds of things that people did not know. If you really think that our technology has not proceeded what they actually tell us, then I don't know what to tell you. On my other channel, I went into a lot of discussion about 5G and a lot into the smart meters. I will be doing that on this channel just to update some people who do not know about it. It is very, very potent. It sends off frequencies. It's also known as the active denial. It sends out micro radio frequencies, and it supposedly can penetrate 1/3 of the skin and make your blood feel like it is boiling. And basically, if you look it up, it's called the active denial system. If you look it up on YouTube, it's under the military active denial system. They show you people start running, so it's more, whenever they show it to you, it's like for people to be maybe herded, like, urged to run a certain way. They are set up, the towers are huge and set up. The big ones are more in like public areas, superstore, like super populated shopping centers that a lot of people go to, like say Target, Walmart, stuff like that. Where I'm at in the mountains, the towers are really huge, and they got like 3 to 4 levels on them, and they have about 5 or 6 little small cells on them. And I'll get into more about that too later. They've been out for a while. They hit them in trees. They hit them in light poles. They hit them in church steeples. They hit them in all kinds of things. I'll go more into that later, because I do know that a lot of y'all that are on my channel don't know a lot about that now. This stuff is not make-believe. This stuff is not fake. This stuff is real, and I hope that at the end of the day you do some research and you realize a lot of these things. If you go to this channel and you go to the blog, it will clue you in, and if you listen to the recordings, they are long, but you will start to have things click in your mind, and maybe it'll wake you up. If you don't believe in all of this and you believe it's a conspiracy theory, then you need to kind of go on down your own path to find the truth, because no matter what, it will lead you back to a lot of what he is saying. I'm not saying a lot of people believe differently than these people, and a lot of people have different theories. A lot of people believe different things will happen. So it's all up to you at the end of the day, but on your search for truth, there is only one truth that everyone will come to find at the end of all, and that is our Heavenly Father God, and He is the ultimate truth and the only truth. And if you pray for God to open your eyes and let you see the truth and lead you to the knowledge, He will. God's great awakening, He has woken so many of His followers, His watchmen. He has went and showed so many people things. I know He has showed me so many things. I felt like He just kind of opened up the top of my skull and dumped a bunch of knowledge in there. So I have a lot of stuff I want to go over with y'all. There's just a lot of things I want to get out of the way before I get into the deeper things, because I know that there's going to be a lot of division and fraction, people being fractured and going different ways. That's okay. But the main point of this channel is to get the truth out. But I will be doing stuff such as the bullying. I will be doing stuff also for SRA victims, for any kind of abuse victims. I will also be doing stuff like I am going to talk about the West Memphis 3 case because it was a satanic ritual and they killed 3 8-year-old little boys and now they're famous. So that's another case, and I will be going over the John Benet Ramsey case as well. And those are just a couple of murder, like true crime cases I want to go over and show you how real this is. And I will show you also a lot of the underground bases, and I will show you a lot of the underground pedophile rings as well. It did not stop with Jeffrey Epstein. It's like everywhere. Everyone was on his plane list. Everyone has been to that island. So God bless you all. Stay vigilant. Stay woke. Keep your kids safe. Keep them close. And let's break out of this mind control. Let's break out of this brainwashing. Let's bring ourselves closer to Him. That's the only way to do it. God bless you all, and I will keep you in my prayers. I'll see you later. I will be trying to go live later. I do not know if it'll work, but I will try.